should be able to hear me. Just waiting for you to. That's a little long. Alright, dracqua. This one. Oh, that's unfortunate. D.Va ate your sonar. So far we don't actually have any information. You know they have D.Va because she's shot. Is this the rocket? Oh, they're blue. Okay, so we know that they have Sojourn as well, D.Va and Zenyatta. So based off of this knowledge, we should already be thinking about D.Va being able to eat our sonar, so we might be able to use them in smarter locations. Let me just check what you said. Is this the wrong code? No, it's the right code. Hansel, playoff angle. You want to know about sonic use, different potential positions. Went down main. It's not necessarily a bad idea to go down main, but you don't always want to stand behind your tank. And in general, your aim was bad. Let's see. So, like I said before, we kind of want to keep in mind that D.Va might eat our sonars. So either we use them when she's not there, or we use them in positions where she's not using her defense matrix, so she doesn't accidentally eat our sonars. Because our sonar is our primary information gathering tool. Right now, because okay, so now you know there's 4 people in front of you. You could, Genji's about to do it, but you could also jump up here just to see, shoot a sonar there and go back. It's just an option. Not necessarily the best way to go, but it's an option. Just keep in mind that your tank is currently behind you, so you don't want to do too much in this angle. It's just a danger thing. That's good. See Genji is fighting something. When you saw Genji fighting something, you could have helped him, or you could go in with your team as they're going in here, because right now 3 people on the left and only 2 people are here, so we can press this situation. It's not the best, or it's not the worst plan to do, but you can kind of use these as cover as you decide to go in closer and take these shots. But yeah, you just want to time. You went here too late. You wanted to be there to help your Genji. Nice kill on the Zenyatta, but yeah, you wanted to be there to help your Genji. You saw him before because you can see him through walls. You saw that he took damage because his outline changes color. You can see this one is blue. When they start taking damage, they change from blue to yellow, or green, yellow, and then towards orange and critical. I think I've mentioned that before, but because you could see he was over there and you could see he was taking damage, you could have decided to go help him. Going there afterwards was just dangerous because he already died. Here's someone on the left. So the sonar would have been better out there. Also now you see a D.Va going out to the left here as well. But you're about to take damage. You're not really paying attention. What are you looking for?
We're ahead. Nice.
You can't hide.
Remember what I said, you don't want to shoot the sonar at enemies. And there's an enemy behind you who you're just ignoring. She killed one of your teammates. And you didn't pay attention to her before she started shooting at you. I don't know if you're playing on speakers instead of headset, but you have to recognize this. You have to pay attention to this. It was super obvious she was there. I think I called it 3 times. And you don't even have Sojourn on your team. So that's just plain old paying attention. No one's there anymore.
I'll find them.
Oh, you missed. That's unfortunate. So you want, in this case, and generally, you want to charge up your shot and then peek and take a shot. If you charge right now, while you're in the open, exactly what happened before, Zenyatta just shoots every ball at you. So pay attention to that. You don't want to go around a corner or up a wall without being ready for something to happen. So right now, I think I've already said this before, but you can go out here, take the shot and go up the wall here and kill this Zenyatta. If they push you out, you just go back down to your team, and if they leave you, you go back up to this high ground. If they don't leave you, you can use your dash to jump back to your team and shoot from here until they leave you, and then you just go up here again. This is actually a really strong position for Hanzo because he can run, wall run. So he can keep going up here. If you compare to like Ashe or Soldier, Ashe has to use an ability, Soldier has to run all the way around to get to this space. So for them, they don't really want to give up that high ground so fast. But Hanzo, if they push you out, you just wall run back up, and they have to keep dealing with you. So generally, F8. Generally, I really like going up here, especially as snipers, and taking shots. You could shoot at the Zenyatta, you see the Divas over there, you could shoot at the Junkrat, and if they come for you, you just leave. You don't want to be spending all the time shooting at things. And you're not really paying attention. You saw the Zenyatta drop down, you saw him walk up to you, and now he's right in front of you, but you're not looking at him. So if you have to choose a target, this is a part of game sense. It's called target priority. Generally, the squishier targets are the ones you want to kill prior to the tanks. So like if you can kill, if you have the choice between Junkrat and Diva, you shoot Junkrat. Soldier and Diva, you shoot Soldier. If you have the choice between a healer and a DPS, if you can shoot at the healer, sometimes it's the best choice because then the DPS doesn't have healing. But it's an experience thing, and generally you want to get rid of their healing. The tank is like the last person you want to deal with unless you have no other targets, or if they're literally standing on top of you and killing you. So you have ultimates. Yeah, this is just not paying attention. There were 2 people standing right next to you. You had lost 3 people already. You can see in the top right that right now 2 people are dead, but also one of the first people you lost was your Kiriko. She's still coming back from spawn. You can see the red dot over there. So this ultimate was a waste because nobody, even if you actually had time to fire it, it's not gonna kill anyone. You're 2 people alive and they have all 5 people alive. And there was 2 people standing right next to you. You just don't pay attention. You don't care about them. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Nice, so we're going in with our team. What I like to do, wait. 7 seconds, 8 seconds. So, let me just show you. I want the information. That's what your sonar does. So you can shoot it like here. I don't know if you know this, but if you charge your Hanzo shot before you wall run, it's still charged when you stop wall running. So you can charge it, wall run, and then you can shoot your sonar over here, the sight giving one over here. That's going to give you information because you can see the robot, and if you look in the top, 2 enemies and 1 ally. You can also hear the sound. It goes like bing, 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 bing. So you know, if you just shoot in the general direction of the robot, that's going to be good enough that someone is probably over there. But even here, see, you can shoot down this alley. If you move a little bit more to the side, you can shoot it like this, and then you would be able to see if there's any enemies in this area. So generally with your sonar, you just want information as early as possible or as much as possible. And since it allows you to see enemies through the wall, that really helps you out. Even here, since you saved it so long, I'm gonna go back a little bit. If you shot it from the beginning, it would have been back. It only takes 8 seconds, so you would have had it again. But as you're coming down here, you see them touch the robot. You could shoot it on this wall or on this thing, and then you would be able to see, like, who do I have to deal with. So yeah, sonar, you want to use it for information. Since they are going to push, you could stay up here or another position, just like on the other side. I really like being up here because you can see the Zenyatta. You'll be able to see Soldier. You were able to see Junkrat, and when they start pushing, they get to this window, you still shoot them. If they go for you, you can run back and shoot at them from here or all the way over here. And you can even drop down into your team and then wall run up here and shoot from here. You have so many options because right now they're so far back and your team is there to help you. So you could actually go up to that cafeteria and then shoot from there. That's good. Now you see the enemies. I think the Junkrat is still... Oh no, he got pushed out. No, he is here. I missed him. But yeah, this is about to be an issue for your team. That's not necessarily your fault, but you can be thinking like, I wonder where the enemies are, and then just check around you sometimes. You can hear his footsteps in this grenade. So you see the soldier, you see what I mean? Priority target, he was standing over there. Sure, the D.Va is about to die, but a better D.Va would be able to survive this and run away. You can stand behind this wall so the D.Va and Mercy cannot do anything to you, and then just shoot at the soldier, force him to run away. And then when you have no other targets, you can shoot at the D.Va. But you have the Mercy, so even the Mercy is a better target for you right now. But because she is so low, you can actually just use the storm arrows and just spam her down and kill her. It's really good at doing that. This happened because nobody cares about this Junkrat. You see how long he's been here? I think it's been like 7 seconds. 7 seconds in higher ranks is enough that he would have died, or he would have killed 3 people. Like, he wouldn't have been back there for 7 seconds. Now we just look at the Junkrat. You see, he's still... Nobody cares about him. He's about to kill your Genji as well. And you're back from spawn. You see, like... This is way too long time for him to be alive. We should have killed him when he was over there like 15 seconds ago. But we're coming back, and we can see in the top 1-to-1, so we have an idea that not all the enemies are there, but we can also see that we have 3 people over there. We have the D.Va, we have the Genji, and we have the Lucio. We can see that the Genji is actually critical right now, so there is someone shooting at him, but we get a lot of information that we just have to pay attention to. Okay, you can sonar over here. I believe you can see my mouse, but just in case you can't, let me show you. This way, just to see, like, is there anyone here actually. You want it as deep as possible in this situation, just to get some information. But you can even go over to the platform I told you about before and shoot someone from there. But you can hear the jumper. Now you even see him. Yeah, that's just paying attention. This is fine. You don't want to be in the open. Let me show you from their point of view. Like, you have nowhere to hide, so this position was fine. You don't want to play too aggressive because your team is not with you, but taking these shots, the idea is good. I just want you to stay safe. Like, stay here, shoot at the diva, get her out of mech, and then leave. Nice, good shot. Leave the Mercy. Once she goes into ultimate form, you cannot hit her. She's practically unkillable. It's really annoying. Don't worry about her. You saw the Zenyatta on the left side, and you know baby Diva's over there. So don't worry about the... You see how I said you're out in the open? Now you're about to die. Look at it from this guy's perspective. Where are you gonna run? You can go up here, but there's a window. If you had stayed over here, you can just like hide. But from here, you have to jump up or run all the way over here. And even if you run all the way over there, you see, like, he can still see you. If he goes here, he can see you the whole time. So that's why being in the open is dangerous. Walls are good for you. And you died.
I cannot give up yet.
Robot secured.
Get ready for a shock.
Let's see what happens. Boom. He takes our healer, but she also gets one. It's good. Right. So get into position so you can use your sonar. You can see your teammates through the wall. So as you come up here, your crosshair shouldn't be this way because there's nobody here, you see. Your crosshair should be that way. So you come around the wall and you're ready to shoot. So you charge it, maybe even charge your sonar so it can hit here, because you can see your teammates are here, which means there's probably enemies over here. So you come around the wall, you're already ready to shoot over there. So you charge the shot, you come sonar around the wall and shoot. All of it together.
No fair!
Another thing you can do, I cannot tell you it's the best choice, but like before, you can go over here and sonar this way, or you can even just walk around, sonar over there so you can see where the enemies are. But because you don't have information, this is also, it's a risky play, but if it works, it can get you a lot of value. It's just because you asked for different opportunities. You can even, this is like a really high risk, different route. You can go up here, wall run, up to this window, and then you would see the Zenyatta. If he drops, you can go over here, you can see the Mercy, or you can go over here. You don't want to drop, and just shoot at them from here. So that is if you're not losing the team fight, or if you're actually winning the team fight. You can go that whole different route. But it is a risky route to take. Oh, just in case you didn't know, there's a mega health pack. It fully heals you, and you can go this way. And that also brings you behind the enemies, you see. So, Coliseo is a pretty linear map. If you get the robot, I said this before, if you get the robot like going this direction, going up here is a really good choice. Sometimes going out on this corner here can be a good choice, even if you can go up here. and shoot at them from here. D.Va has to fly up to you and you can dash back down. That can also be a good choice, but it actually depends on the situation, which is based on experience, and you get experience by just making mistakes. Good reaction to get away from the D.Va bomb, but I think you were like here, so you could have just gone in here and still be safe. But really good reaction from you. Boom, you see the Junkrat.
The enemy outnumbers us.
You saw the Junkrat through the wall, so your crosshair should be like this dot. It should be on the the Junkrat. As soon as the bomb blows up, you just, let me show you. Crosshair is like this. As soon as the bomb blows up, go out and you're already shooting at him because the crosshair is already at him. This is called bad crosshair placement because there's nobody here, and by the time you see the Junkrat, you have to make a big adjustment on your crosshair compared to what I just said. You're gonna die. Yeah. You don't want to take that fight with Junkrat. So when the D.Va bomb blew up, because you were not looking at the Junkrat, I would just have suggested you go this way and then run away. Down here, up here, and back to your team.
We're going to lose the lead soon.
Oh, this sound. So once again, you can use sonar earlier because you want information. You want to know what you're dealing with. From this position, this is actually super fine. Just stay here, sonar that pillar, shoot from here. Shoot from here, like behind this sign. You can shoot this D.Va, you can shoot this Junkrat. You don't want to be exposed to all of them. You can walk over here and take a shot at the soldier or shot at the Zenyatta. And if you want to be even further up, you can go here, but remember the D.Va can come up here. So it's it's based off of what's going on in the individual game. But in this case, the D.Va can come up here, and this is a little bit more risky, like a dangerous position. But I assume you're gonna walk down the stairs. I'm gonna fix the sound issue real quick. Can I pause the... No, okay, I'll just have to do this quick.
Arriving at ready for battle.
With each step,
My ultimate is ready.
Okay, so here we come again. So yeah, sonar is too late. We want the information. And you see how we're not shooting at anything. So like I said, if we go over here, now we can't shoot at something. We can block so the Junkrat and the Mercy cannot see us. Or we can go over here if we want to shoot at the Junkrat. But we don't really want to be exposed to too many people. And if those angles aren't working for you, you can also be up here where the Genji is and shoot at the Zenyatta. But I think this is fine, but they moved so you cannot see them. Then you go over here. You see, you're wasting a lot of time shooting at the tank when this guy, like, I think D.Va, each square is 25 health. So if we look at it, F3.
Your team is close to taking the lead.
D.Va has 150 health, 650 total. If we look at Junkrat, that's 200. You could have killed Junkrat 3 times in the time it took you to get D.Va down to the health that she has currently. You could have killed this soldier. You could have killed this Zenyatta. Like, you could have killed these 3 people in the same time that it took you to deal with this D.Va. That's why you don't want to be shooting at tanks. don't get me wrong, shooting at tanks can be fine. Like right now she's about to die, it's totally worth it to finish her off. But if she has full health and you have other things to shoot at, you should definitely be shooting at other things. Now, this position I don't like. This is dangerous. You walk straight into the enemy team, and Hanzo is a sniper. Snipers work best at long range. You could be up here, but you couldn't see anything. I guess that's why you dropped down, but you could be over here again. So this position is really dangerous. Junkrat can one-shot you. Soldier is damage boosted. Like, he's boosted by Mercy, so you're not going to kill this soldier just like that. And they have the Zenyatta. Like, most of these characters can kill you in half a second. Nice shot. But yeah, then we missed and we died. You could have survived this by not being in his face.
It is not my time yet.
But
They got ahead of us.
so this is called game sense. I mentioned it before. Understanding the flow of the game, which right now you can see one ally right next to you, and there's a diva in front of you behind the wall. But you can also see 2 people just died, which means we actually don't want to just walk into the face of the enemies. We have to play this a little bit more passively. If we can get a kill, then we can start pushing them. But right now we need those last 2 people to come alive before we do something stupid. Otherwise the enemies are gonna kill us, and then they're gonna push. And when those last 2 come back to life, they are gonna kill those last 2, and that's called a stagger. So you see, Diva's about to lose her mech. So now we don't have a tank, because she decided to play up here. If she had played like behind this yellow truck, it would have been safer. She just needed to wait for you and Kiriko, then we can start shooting at them.
Uh-oh, they're pushing. Ah, damn it.
You see, you didn't actually have any information going down here. So this could actually be really dangerous. Imagine if the Junkrat was walking up the stairs. So you could do something like, you could sonar this if you want to take this space. You could sonar this, you would have seen the Junkrat. Or if anyone is like in this general area, you could have sonared this. That's going to give you a bit more information, so you would get the Mercy as well, and you would see the soldier if it hits like here around the sign. Also, I think you know this, but you can go down here and shoot from here, but not necessarily the best choice for Hanzo. So playing back here, or preferably maybe up here, this is safer for you. You could shoot at him, or you could shoot at the Zenyatta if you want to. That's for alternative methods. But right now, walking into the Zenyatta, you're in the enemy backline, is actually kind of dangerous. The tracking was really good, but like I mentioned, you want to lead with Hanzo's shots. Your crosshair was a little bit behind the Zenyatta, so there's no way you're gonna hit him. If you're just like a centimeter in front of you, in front of him, you would have hit him. So they even res the 1 kill that you got. So yeah, being here is not the best decision. Your tank should have stayed alive, so she can go down now that our teammates are back to life. But taking this fight might be really dangerous for you. It's a nice kill on the Zenyatta, but we're in a bad position because you might end up dying here. It's really dangerous. Soldier can just run up here. They just resurrected the Zenyatta. Junkrat can use his mines. He can even jump up to the bridge and come from behind you. Or he might just hit you with a lucky grenade. Don't jump into this. Really dangerous. Stay here. Because everybody left, the sonar shows you there's nobody behind this wall. That's why this is okay. But stay here and shoot from here. and then you can go back up here when you need to and take this shot. Walking forwards here, you're basically just walking into your death. But here the dragon would have been a good choice, your ultimate. Just shoot it in this general area, and you're gonna split them so you have some on the left, some on the right, and they cannot help each other. This is too dangerous. And that's why you died. You actually got hit by a random grenade. So we walk up to the bridge now, but you don't hear the Junkrat. So, like I said, you want the information. As you're coming out, you can either shoot it into this wall to see if anyone is in this room. You can walk over here and go up here, then you can shoot it into this to see if there's anybody behind here. But you don't want to walk into an area blind. This Junkrat, if he had looked up here, you would have been dead. He just goes up and kills you. Simple as that. Now you see the diva, but we didn't need to drop here. See? First off, we didn't pay attention to the soldier. We absolutely didn't care about him. You could hear him, he shot at you, all that, but we didn't actually need to be down here. You can dash, like double jump over here, take this shot, which is dangerous because double jump is your only escape. But you could have just stood here and shot from here, since you were here already. You have to clear this, make sure nobody's here, but then you just stand here and shoot. Or stand up here and shoot. Or stand up here and shoot. Like, you want to make sure this is safe, but then you can just stand here and shoot. When they come up around that corner, up the ramp, you walk back and you shoot from here. And the reason you shoot from here, behind the yellow truck, as I said, is because you can just walk behind cover. So if you start taking damage, or if they look at you, you hide until they start shooting at someone else, and then you can come back again. Now you're just dead, and there's not much you can do about it.
This time, I will be sharper. You can't hide.
That's unfortunate. She ate it. She wasn't even trying to eat your shots. She was eating the Lucio shots. So that's just, you have to pay attention. But it's also what I said about because they have diva and she can eat, you want to either shoot it when she's done eating or shoot it in an area where she's not eating. Shooting it towards her was not the best choice. Because your sonar gets a lot of value based off of the fact that you can see people through the wall. So you could shoot it up there at the left arch. This is fine, but Diva's not the best target for us. We could go over here and shoot at something. You could have gone up here because she was hiding behind the robot. You see, now we can see her behind the robot. And once again, the Mercy is not a target when she's flying. Sonar. You're not paying attention. There's a target for you right there on your right side.
The enemy has claimed the robot.
You're right, you see him. Pay attention. You did see him. You could see him behind his bow.
Once again, I set forth.
Okay. So we're about to lose Diva. We lost a healer, but they also lost two. Yeah, they behind the truck. You don't want to stand in front of them. The dragon was really good. It forces the enemy into a really bad position. But ultimate soldiers ulting. He has a literal aimbot. So you want to hide away from him. If you don't know where he is, that means you don't look at anything. You just hide behind the wall from everything. You see, this is why the dragon is good. You have one person who flew down there, another person who jumped down here. You have one out of position here. If you had stayed alive, you would have been able to kill someone now. No, we're coming out again. Watch out, you don't know where it is.
By the dragon.
That's unfortunate.
Get ready for a
Yeah, I was about to say, you're lucky he doesn't blow you up, but then he came back because he's not gonna kill this. He doesn't do enough damage. So you were the only target for him. But you can hear that he was using his ultimate over here on the right side somewhere. So I want to get away from the riptire as soon as possible, and then I would look for him. I would see, like, I heard it over here, and then go out and see, like, can I see him? Is he here? No. Okay, there he is. Then you get a free kill while he's looking for something to blow up with his ultimate. Just ignoring it is not a viable option. And even worse, Hanzo is a long range, you don't want to be here. So now we're back in spawn.
There is still much I must do.
The dragon becomes me.
Sonar. Soldier on their right, you hear him. And we're back in spawn. This is just not paying attention. 2 deaths in a row. So you actually spend more time dead than you spend playing the game right now.
2-minute warning.
I burn with purpose.
Okay, this is good. Just need to aim. Nice shot.
What you deserve.
I thought I heard an enemy. Yeah, you could hear the enemy. Just look around. You hear footsteps and you're like, what the hell, who's that? And then look for it.
We cannot let them take the
I think I did say it in the one of the last 2 videos. You don't want to use your sonar to shoot at people. If you're gonna use your sonar, you shoot it at a wall. And if you're gonna shoot at people when you have your sonar, then you remove the sonar and shoot them with the normal arrow. And the reason you do that is, imagine here, you're trying to hit this Genji, but he moves, now the sonar goes all the way over here, and you get no value. Sure, it hits a building, and if any enemies goes to this corner, then they're gonna get seen, but it's so unlikely that anyone gets hit because it's so long. So that's why, let's say you're fighting this Genji and you want to use the sonar, you shoot it here, then you go back to shooting the Genji. Same with this Mercy. Lucky, it's such a short distance, so she gets seen anyways, but you miss the Mercy, she just walked to the side. So keep that in mind. There is a soldier shooting at you. You see enemies right here. You saw the soldier, you see the diva, you have a Lucio over there. I would take this as a sign that I should start running away. So go back this way. You can take a couple of shots. When is your sonar? Yeah. You can take a couple of shots, but then wall run up here. Just be safe until like your diva is back. She just died. You want the tank to be the front line. You always want to have a meat shield. And then when you get a kill or this soldier dies, you can start pushing in again. But this is a really dangerous position. You see now he shoots at you. And we're back in spawn again.
Alright, progress! That's what I like to see!
2-minute warning. Alright, so you see where the robot is. The path I would take is through here. They should kill the baby diva. Down here, and either this door that I told you about or that door that I told you about. So let's get back to the others.
They're taking the robot.
Nice. Now we're losing the robot.
30 seconds remaining.
pay attention to the robot as well. So coming out here, good idea. They flip the robot. That's unfortunate. You shoot the sonar to see if there's any enemies. That was good. I want it earlier. Like, you want information, so as soon as you come out here, sonar. Boom. There's no enemies, I can keep walking forward. There is enemies, I go this way instead. That's the thought process, because then you're safe. You see, right now we're surrounded. Soldier here, Zenyatta there, Mei. Not Zenyatta. Oh, they have a lever. Mercy and Mei are here. So we're surrounded. The idea is good. It's just I want the sonar sooner, and based off of the information you get from sonar, you decide if you go behind or if you push with your team. There is a Mercy behind here. She's dead. Nice, good job, and then we push again. Sonar. I'm just gonna survive the sound. I hope it's okay. It is really bad. I can also hear it. Yeah. So she's eating, but Mei is your priority. Go back. Don't walk into this, please. Oh, this is bad. You're not paying attention to the soldier. That's unfortunate. You had 2 really good kills, but what you could have done, Mei should have been your target, not the diva. When you're here, I got you in my sights. I walk over here. Probably sonar this if you have sonar, just to make sure he's not coming. And then I take my shots from here, or walk even further back. I take my shots from here, because he cannot shoot me through this window. So you did not care about the soldier, and it's possible it's because you didn't hear him, but you have to pay attention to different things, because the game tells you when you're in danger.
I will
they arrest the
do
soldier.
better.
The enemy has been revived.
And did we see 9?
I will do better.
The enemy has been revived.
Oh yeah, we did see 9. That's unfortunate. So overall, I can see the improvements. You're moving, you're shooting at targets, you have a general idea of where the enemies are coming from. That's good. Your aim is not bad. It could be better, of course, but it's not as bad as you said that it was. You hit a lot of good shots, a lot of shots you were supposed to hit, like you need to hit. So that's good. And yeah, your sonar, you want to use it to get information as soon as possible, or like make sure you have some sort of information. You don't want to just stare into a wall and do nothing. But speaking of walls, you want to play around corners more instead of in the open. Yeah, I showed you some different positions and pathing you can take for Coliseo. So that's something to keep in mind. It does change because Coliseo is very linear, so it changes depending on what the enemies have and what the enemies are doing. Let's say they had a Genji Tracer combo, 2 people who really wants to flank. If you go off on a flank on your own, you're probably gonna die because you're gonna run into them. Whereas in this comp, if they have no flankers, it's safer for you to go flank. So that's like experience based. Yeah, and with the shots, I did mention it before. You want to lead your shots instead of putting your crosshair on the enemy. But if you are, please say, I have to remember what word I was thinking. Yeah, if you're in a pressured situation, you're gonna make more of these mistakes because you're rushing your shots. It's natural. What you could do is go into a custom game. Let's see, I think it's heroes. So you're on team 1. You want your health to be as high as possible. And well, you could also just receive headshots only. Healing received, you can put that up. And damage received, you put that down. So you don't take any damage, you have a lot of healing, and if you take a health pack, you get full health. This is not necessary for Hanzo, but you can remove the ammunition requirement. And then for Team 2, you can just remove damage dealt. You can remove healing received just so they don't heal all the damage you do. And you can leave everything else as it is. What this does is you now get a game where the enemies are going to run around and they might try to shoot you or something like that, but yes, none. But it gives you targets that are moving, and you can just practice just shooting at them, trying to predict the shot, stuff like that. So you pick any map that you like. Let's say Blizzard World. And is there a skirmish? There's no skirmish. Modes, this one. So let's just remove the ones we don't like. Invalid settings. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but I kind of wanted to just put on skirmish and remove like everything else. Maybe it's because the only map I put up was, yeah. Alright, so now skirmish is the only one. The only map we're gonna play is Blizzard World. We go in, and for enemies, I just don't really need any specific, but let's say Zenyatta. Sure, beginner difficulty. We only need him on Team 2. Boom, 5 Zenyatas. I just remembered you can remove respawn timer so he comes back to life faster, but then I just pick Hanzo.
Honor is all I have left.
Go to the point where... How am I in Hanamura? I thought they removed this map. So let's see. Is he already there? Oh, there he is. Yeah. Then I can just
All
walk
lives
around
come
and
to
just
an
see
end.
if I can shoot him. See?
Forged in the dragon's breath.
So yeah, that did kill him very fast. So if you change the respawn timer,
Marked by the
he's
dragon.
gonna be alive sooner. You see how I shot that? I got the information, I saw that he was there, and I just...
My aim is true.
Just try to aim.
Scanning.
I heard something. So I'm checking if he's here. I don't see him.
A testament to my skill.
And you see how I'm not really moving the crosshair too much. I'm moving Hanzo rather than the crosshair. Here I'm predicting that he was gonna go that way. But I put it in his general direction, and then I move the character to try and get the crosshair in line where I want to
I
shoot.
leave a trail
I lost
of
this
red.
other Zenyatta, so I know he's somewhere over here. There he is. He's coming back. That's fine. So you see how I just put the sonar so I can get the information and base off the information. I'm just moving and making my own sound like that. Putting the crosshair ahead of him. Just slightly above his head because
They
the arrow
crumble
is
like
gonna fall. You
ash
see,
before me.
it landed here. He's moving. I put it ahead
You
of him.
were foolish to face
That's
me.
how you can
can't
make
hide.
your aim a little bit better on Hanzo.
You ga wagateki wo kurau!
hope that makes sense. Bum, 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 bum.